Hey everybody, welcome back to Country Boy Guns. My name's Will, and this series is going to be all about disassembly and reassembly of some of the most popular firearms in the hands of Americans today. Of course, this information is included in a ton of other reviews out there, but it's usually buried somewhere in the video and not so easy to find. These videos are meant to be a one-stop shop for anyone who just needs help with taking their gun apart and putting it back together. Now let's take a look at today's gun.
Alright, so today's gun is actually going to be a 2-for-1. It's going to be the SIG P365 and 365 XL. This will also apply, at least for the most part, with the X, the SAS, the 380, 365, the Spectre, all of those with some minor exceptions between certain ones. Like the SAS, for example, there's a screw instead of a lever, and for the Spectre I think you have to do something different because of the compensated part. I'm actually not completely sure, but in general this will help you with most of your P365 line disassembly and reassembly. So before we get into the actual disassembly reassembly, I won't touch on it too much, but it's going to come up in the comments section. There's an elephant in the room, and yes, I have retired these guns from service in terms of being defensive guns, and they just kind of live in the back of my safe now. However, I'm making this video because I know that it's a very popular platform. There are a lot of people out there who have them, who carry them, who shoot them, who train with them, and who really like their 365s. And to that, I say, awesome. I'm happy you have a gun that fits your needs and you're happy with. So I'm making this video for those people, or for new gun owners who have recently bought one and don't know anything about it, but at least want to learn how to maintain it. Not because I personally use these guns anymore, or carry them or any of that. That's a whole nother discussion. I've got videos previously to this on the channel that you can go watch if you're interested in that story. I just know it's going to come up. Some, chughead is going to come down in the comments and give me crap for making a video on a gun that I made a video he didn't like about the same gun previously. So yes, I still have the guns. I will still use them for certain things like this video, like props, and I am putting out information that other people can use because a lot of people do carry these guns. Not changing my stance on the guns at this time. Now that that's over with, let's go ahead and jump into the actual assembly and disassembly of the guns. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys, but I need you to do me a favor. Recently, several companies have come on board with Country Boy Guns and have taken me on as an affiliate with them. What that means is if you use my links to go shop on their websites and you buy something, I get a portion of that sale to come back to the channel. That lets me buy ammo, buy accessories, buy guns, buy gas for range trips, buy camera equipment, pay for trips that I have upcoming, which I do have at least one really cool trip coming up this year that I'm really excited about. All of those funds that come back to me support the channel. They support me. They support the work and the content that I'm making here. So if you'd like to support this channel, the best way for you to do that is to use the first link in my description down below, which will take you to my brand new website. On my website, I'll have a list of all of the companies that I have affiliate links with. If you just click on that company name, it'll take you straight to their website using my affiliate link, and from there, like I said, whatever you buy or whatever memberships you sign up for, I do get a portion of that that comes back to help with Country Boy Guns. So if you don't mind, please do me a favor, go check out my website. It'll be the top link in the description below. Again, any of those companies you want to shop from, go over there, see if they've got something you want, and use my links to shop with those companies. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so here they are. P365, P365 XL. At least for these two guns, the assembly and disassembly, or disassembly and assembly, are the same. So I'm only going to show it to you on one because they work exactly the same. We'll just go with the 365 because there's one little issue on this one that I have heard and seen other reports of that's pretty common in terms of disassembly and reassembly. That's not as big of or more as common of an issue on the XL. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is handle the firearm in accordance with all the firearm safety rules, keeping it pointed in a safe direction. I'm going to take the magazine out, set it to the side, and then I'm going to lock the slide to the rear and make sure that the gun is empty. And I know you can't really see down in that chamber, but it is. So we are good to go from a safety perspective. Now, first thing I'm going to do is leave the slide locked to the rear, just like this. The way I do that, by the way, if you don't know, is I push up on the slide lever as I pull the slide to the rear, and that just keeps the slide locked open. From there, you've got this little lever in front of the slide lever. That's your takedown lever. I'm just going to rotate that down. Takes a little bit of effort. I'm actually going to keep that pushed forward, and you'll see why here in just a bit. Now, pull the slide to the rear. You do not need to pull the trigger on the 365 to take it apart, unlike Glocks. And then just pull the slide off the frame. There's that issue that I was talking about. This takedown lever likes to move back up. It's under spring pressure. And if it comes back up far enough, it won't go back down unless I push up on the slide release again. Then it'll go down. But watch it. See how it's pushing itself back? And how the slide lever is moving with it? That's the thing that doesn't happen as much on the XL. That's why I wanted to show it to you guys on the standard. From here, we're done with the disassembly portion of the standard 365, or of the grip module at least, for the frame. Now we've got the slide assembly left. At this point, I'm just going to take the slide upside down, grab the back of the recoil spring right here, this flat, if it'll focus on this, flat section back here, push it forward and lift it up, pull it out. Simple as that. From there, I'm going to push up on the top of the barrel just to bring it up out of the slide. I'm trying to get a good angle for you guys to see this. Push it up and then pull it out. That's it. Those are the 4 parts of your disassembled P365. That's it. Now let's talk about reassembly. Alright, so now let's talk about reassembling the P365. First thing I'm going to do is take my slide, again invert it, take my barrel, and if you can see here, you've got a flat top on one side, and then the other side has these lugs on the bottom. That's part of your locking or your delay system, whichever you want to call it. Technically, I think it's locking. But I'm going to take the muzzle end of the barrel, put it inside the slide with those lugs facing what would be up because the slide's inverted. But when the slide's not inverted, it's going to be down like so. So now I've got my barrel inserted and locked up in place. Make sure it's actually locked in place. From there, take my recoil spring. On the standard 365, you've got this dual captive system where one end is bigger than the other. The bigger end goes towards the front. On the XL, which I will end up taking apart here in a second, it's a little bit different. Just insert that, compress that spring, and get it to rest on that same ledge it was on before, just like that. Now, take my slide, make sure that my takedown lever is all the way forward or in the 90-degree position. If it don't want to go, push up on that slide lock and push forward on the lever at the same time. Hold it in place, take my rails here in the back, line them up with the rails here in the frame, slide it on. And at this point, it likes to give me some crap sometimes, and it's because of this little guy right here. I don't know if you can see that very well. That little nugget just needs to be pushed forward. That happens quite often actually, and you can break that part if you try too hard to override it. So just push it down. Now the slide will go on just fine. pull it to the rear, lock the slide, and that takedown lever came back up all on its own. From there, function check. Yep. Make sure we get a reset. Cool. That is the standard 365 reassembled. Now let's take a look at the XL just for gits and jiggles. All right, so now we have the XL. Very similar, just a couple of minor differences, and I'll just show you guys. Again, finger off the trigger, safe direction, magazine is out, chamber is empty. From there, pull the lever down, keep it held forward with my thumb, pull the slide back, pull it off the frame, just like so. And you can see that same little part that prevented the standard from going back together earlier, but it's not up right now. That might change as you're putting it together or as you're taking it apart. So just be aware of that little nub there. By the way, that little nub right there that just popped up, that is the part that pushes up on your firing pin safety plunger right here, that keeps your firing pin, if I can pull it back so you guys can see, keeps it from being able to go forward to strike the primer on a round. That's what that little nub is. Set the frame aside, take our slide assembly. Now you see we've got a single captive recoil spring with this yellow paint on the back of it. Same concept. I'm gonna compress it a little bit, pull it up, pull it out, set it aside, push up on the hood of the barrel, pull the barrel out, and there we go. Again, now we have a fully disassembled XL. Sorry, I'm talking slow because I'm trying to like lay it out to look kind of nice too. But yeah, that's that. Now let's get into reassembly. All right, reassembly is basically the same. Take our slide, take our barrel, invert the slide, invert the barrel so these lugs are up, barrel in the slide, make sure it goes through the hole in the front, push it back till it locks up in the barrel or in the slide like it's supposed to. From there, recoil spring, yellow side to the back, put it down inside its little spot and get it to perch on the ledge on the barrel, like so. Take the frame, line up the rails on the slide with the rails on the frame. Hold that lever forward, make sure our little trigger safe or a firing pin safety lever is pushed in. Back all the way, lock, and this time it didn't pop the lever back itself. But once I put the disassembly lever back in place, it sends the slide forward. That's interesting. So that's actually never happened to me on this gun before. But seems like it went back together just fine. Function check it. Should be good to go. And there it is. That's how you disassemble and reassemble your SIG P365 and P365 XL. Now again, different models across the lines are going to have certain minute differences here and there. Make sure you read your manual, especially if you have a different version than what I have here. However, they should be fairly similar. I hope this video helps you guys out if you either have one of these guns or you're looking at getting one of them. And I hope you enjoyed it, found it informative. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your other friends, especially if they're P365 owners or hopeful P365 owners. Doing those things really helps the channel out, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. Also, don't forget, go down to the description below, click on that first link, that'll take you over to my website. Any of those companies you want to buy something from, if you use my link to buy it, it won't cost you a dime more, and some of the proceeds will come back here to support the channel, and I truly appreciate that. If you guys have any questions about this or anything else you've seen in this video, or anything else for that matter, feel free to post them down in the comments below. I love having conversations with y'all and interacting with you. If you'd rather, you can send me an email or a DM on Instagram. I'll have that here on the screen as well, just in case you'd rather go that route. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I can't tell you what it means to me. You guys are the reason that I do this stuff. You're the reason that I make these videos and put all the work into this channel. And I couldn't and wouldn't do it without you. So sincerely, thank you. Y'all take it easy, roll tide, and I'll see you later.